we wouldn't want a Picasso or someone to be delivering pizzas, so anybody who aspires to art, which means anyone who pisses on a canvas, gets subsidy to an apartment in New York. And you can read about the kind of crap they got from that. So Mr. Gratex and scientific discussion, contrary notwithstanding, pizza delivery boys are not doomed to forever be frustrated in capitalism. And the people who continue to be pizza boys year after year are free to do that. Why is innovation crushed, he says? He says because people spend all of their time trying to stay alive. It's around 9 minutes in the video. Taking it out of context, you might just assume that he was talking about the Stone Age or something. Back in a time, as he says, when they spend all their time trying to stay alive. Now, we have somewhere around 100 hours a week, waking hours, to do stuff and things. 120 hours if you don't sleep as much, 80 hours if you sleep all the time, but somewhere around there. 40 hours is about what it takes to earn a living in America. Now, a lot of people work more than 40 hours, but a lot of people have more than a living. It's the beauty of America. They work 60 hours, or they work 70 hours at 2 jobs, or whatever they do, and they're allowed to get a bigger house, or finish an education, or go on a big vacation every year, or whatever it is that they want to do. But people aren't spending all their time to stay alive except in the Stone Age and pre-industrial societies. So this is an instance of just absolute stupid concrete thinking. What does that mean to say people are spending all their time trying to stay alive so we can't develop Mozarts in the modern era? This is in an era of satellites and computers and YouTube. Bonehead. Bonehead! He says, people aren't willing to innovate anymore. Jesus, I don't know. He says, high-definition television is still television. We're just stuck, he says. We're stuck. You know, people fought against high-definition television. People went on the news and made fun of it, and they said it was useless and there's no reason for it. They said, we don't want to see the pores on Dan Rather's face, we just want to hear the news. There's no reason to go to high definition. People fought against it. So even little innovations are fought against. For all time that's been the case. Maybe high definition isn't a big deal, but that hardly makes your case. People aren't willing to innovate. High definition is a bigger change than even our modern society wanted to make. They had to be dragged into it kicking and screaming. One network at a time says, okay, we're going to do 2 programs in high definition this season. The next season we'll do 5 programs in high definition. Then one network comes out and says, we're in high definition from now on. And everybody says, oh, you can't afford that, and they do it. And more people get high definition TVs and more networks, and after several years, kicking and screaming, the network has been changed over and it's standardized. Okay. And before capitalism, things did not change over the period of a decade or a century. 3, 4, 5 centuries could go by with no perceptible change in technology. Read The Medieval Machine by Jean Gempel. The Ancient Engineers by Sprague de Camp. Or A History of Engineering in Classical Times by Donald Hill. And you'll learn a little bit about what it means to not be willing to innovate. Socialist tripe to the contrary notwithstanding. So if you want to know more about somebody who's even more concrete than scientific discussion, more equivocal and less able to connect 2 thoughts together, Gratex. But if you know enough about him already, then just go on to the Capitalism series.